Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're taking a look at Milkshake Muddle, a very infamous release in the Thomas DVD history, I guess. So, this was released onto DVD on February 6th of 2007, making today its 15th birthday. It's not being released on February 6th, but I am recording this on February 6th, so happy 15th birthday Milkshake Muddle, even though you suck. Yep. That's really all. So let's take a look at the release here. Gotta awkwardly get around to here because my microphone's kind of blocking it. But yep, I'm recording this the same day as a big day for Thomas. So if I don't sound as enthusiastic, that's why. I'm just trying to stockpile as many episodes and get as many out as I possibly can, so I don't have to stress about doing it later. But anyways, I don't know why I did that. Anyways, let's stop being weird. So up there we have the Thomas logo. Milkshake Muddle. It's kind of like a comic book. Fun, like Superman or Spider-Man or something like that. But I thought that's kind of a cool logo. So Milkshake Muddle. That's very clever. Now this is the first DVD in this kind of new era of Thomas DVDs where they look very one card. You know, what do I have it near me? No, but I have the next release right here. Thomas in the special letter is kind of like an outline. So you have this kind of border here and then a picture inside. Whereas this is all just like one picture. This is where this whole era kind of starts, really. I know you kind of got it with some other ones, but in 2007, Anchor Bay will go over to this kind of style. They will start with Thomas's trusty friends and then keep that up for a long time. It's kind of confusing, but whatever. The back is where it gets a bit simple, but we'll talk about that later. So Thomas is outside the ice cream factory. It's kind of a creepy Thomas face, but I will say this. This front cover is very eye-catching, very popping. I really like it. It's kind of simple and not very dynamic. I wish you had like the milk jugs or whatever. Milk churns, whatever. I don't know. Like bouncing up in the back. If this was in the CGI era, I'm pretty sure they would do that, but no. Yeah, alright poster. Not too crazy or anything. Side here, hit Thomas Milkshake Muddle. Thomas, it's a different screenshot of Thomas. I believe that's Peel Station. Yeah, Peel Godward Station. Right down there, distributed by 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment. So yeah, it's kind of cool that they chose a different picture of Thomas to put on here. Yeah, it's just to add some variety, and I really like all the colors on this. I'll talk about it at the very end maybe, but the colors on this DVD are just amazing. I love that the side is red. You would have thought it would have been like blue or something to match Thomas or the case, but it's red, and that's really awesome. Oh dear, the back is where we have a lot of problems. So this is where this whole kind of one card starts, really, like I said on the front. This whole era is where you get the whole, like, just one picture fills the entire case for every release. Even though they'll change it up a little bit. But the backs here, these are going to be exactly the same for every single Thomas release after Thomas's Trusty Friends, which is unfortunate. Because that's really lazy. So we have the title up there, the Thomas logo with some tracks doing like a curvy zigzag thing. I'll actually read this. We can't see the information hub anymore because it doesn't exist. Get on board for more is it in frame? Yep. Get on board for more adventures with Thomas and meet the newest engines, Mighty Mac and Neville. Ride along as they encounter new trucks, an old mine, and an ice cream factory, and see how they muddle their way through 6 thrilling episodes. We have a screenshot from Thomas the New Engine and a screenshot from Mighty Mac and a picture of Thomas from the front. It's a very plain, bare bone look to the back. I mean, first of all, it's yellow. Yellow is the worst color. It just looks ugly. And first of all, we don't get any listings of anything in here. There are no bonus features on this DVD. This is a first in Thomas home media history. It's basically like a VHS where it just plays all the way through, and you can't. I don't even think there's any songs on this. There may be the engine roll call, but it's a very basic DVD. You could have listed the stories here. You didn't need to put this picture of Thomas here. You could have put more things on the back here, but no. It's just very basic, in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of it. Although this blue case kind of makes up for it. This is really nice. I think this might be the last one we get. Nope, Carnival Capers will be. Maybe Thomas and the Treasure. I'm not exactly sure, but here is the disc. It's a bit different from the front, so that's kind of cool. There's like a black sticker here. I don't know what it's from or why it's here, but it's there. That's all. So I can't list the stories on here like I usually do, so I have to actually go on the wiki here, or go on my own list and tell you the stories. So, let's see. What do we have here? So our episodes are Thomas's New Trucks, Duncan and the Old Mine, Thomas's Milkshake Muddle, Mighty Mac, Toby Feels Left Out, and Thomas and the New Engine, all from Season 9. All these are either very boring or bad stories. So I have reordered them because I want them to make a little bit of sense. I didn't really do that with the hit era previously, but I'm going to put them all in chronological order. It would make sense for Thomas's Milkshake Muddle to be first because that's what the release is named after, so that needs to be first. Then we'll go into Mighty Mac, Thomas and the New Engine, Toby Feels Left Out, Thomas's New Trucks, and Duncan and the Old Mine. So I'll go through the episodes and give my brief opinions on them. Thomas's Milkshake Muddle is a very, very bad story, probably one of the worst of the hit era. It is just awful. Mighty Mac is okay. I don't mind them as a character. But it's just very obviously like a 3-strike formula episode, although I do think their basis is really cool. Like their whole prop is awesome. I'd love to have it, but their character is just okay. They're not the worst hit era newbie. I would probably say they are one of the better ones, but they're just not up to my standards, I guess. Thomas and the New Engine. I did do a remake of this episode, so you can go and check it out on my Turbo711 channel. I don't think this episode is that bad, but everybody's just super racist in this episode, so that would probably turn some heads of some Karens these days, but other than that, it's not a horrible story. It's just kind of out of character for a lot of the engines to assume things before they actually see it. That's kind of like the whole moral of the story. Although, I will say this, the crash is pretty cool. That's the only thing I remember about this whole release as a kid. I watched it on Amazon Prime when I was like 6 or 7 or something. I don't know. But I will always remember this release for having the episode where Neville crashed onto the bridge. That was so memorable to me. Toby Feels Left Out. I do not remember that episode in the slightest, so I couldn't tell you. I did not rewatch this because I don't care. Thomas's New Trucks. It's not like remarkable or anything. It's just kind of there. It's not a bad story. It's just fine. Why would the engines have their own personal trucks? I don't know. Bill and better in this episode though, so that's kind of cool. And the crash, I will say the crash in this one is also really awesome. I mean, Thomas literally stops and then the whole truck's just crashed into the back of him. I think that's a really cool stunt. And then Harvey has that like Diesel 10 claw on him. That was really funny as a kid. I was like, what? Diesel 10? What? Why isn't Diesel 10 clearing this up? That would have been a cool cameo. I don't know. And then the last one, Duncan and the Old Mine. It's got some great model work, but I don't remember this episode being that great. I do remember this is one of the episodes that had Rusty being the transgender Diesel that we all know and loathe him for. I'm just kidding. I do not hate transgender people. Please don't get that impression. I support everybody out there. But yeah, I think I mentioned this with Tales from the Tracks, but in some very early Season 9 recordings, Michael Brandon actually referred to Rusty as a female instead of a he. But I believe just for this release, they actually changed it to be a he, so that's interesting there. Yeah, this episode isn't remarkable. I mean, it's pretty cool for the model work, but other than that, it's not very memorable. So overall, this release is quite forgettable, but it has been panned in the Thomas fandom for having a very lazy menu. I don't believe I've talked in depth about it before, but the menu for this is very basic. The only options we get are to play and select a language. There are no episode selection menus. There are no bonus features on this. There's nothing. I don't know why there are no episode selections or bonus features on here. It would have been nice to see, but I guess 20th Century Fox doesn't care. So, yeah. They just slapped all these episodes on a disc, made some moderately cool artwork, and said, here you go, buy it. I think this sold well. I'm not sure. I mean, Thomas sold well for a long time until like 2013, 2014, when it was like really bad. But yeah, I'm rambling here. There's nothing to compare this to. I don't have another copy. There's no VHS of this. I know there was a very slim, like a very thin, slim case of this. I don't know. I don't have any pictures of that. I can look on the wiki, but I doubt there's going to be anything that interesting. But it's just a boring release. Nothing that crazy. So I think we're going to move on from this. If you like the Hit era, by all means get this, but I am not a big fan. So yeah, that's really all I have to say for this release here. Thank you guys again so much for watching. This whole daily thing is so interesting and time consuming for me. I am filming these all back to back pretty much, so it's all a bit stressful and kind of tiring, but you know what? It's basically like a sorry, like an apology for you guys for not uploading for almost 2 months or whatever. So I apologize again for that. Next week not next week. Have I said that in Big Day for Thomas? If I did say that, I apologize. But tomorrow we're taking a look at one of the most infamous and best Thomas and Friends DVDs of all time, Thomas and the Special Letter. I have a lot to say about that release, so I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye. Fall off. Yeah, baby. Woo!